Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So, y'all, we have some more Diddy news that came out today, y'all. This one right here is about the sexual abuse of a 9-year old. A 9-year old boy has alleged that he was sexually abused by Diddy, y'all. So a lot of stuff that I've been hearing about Diddy throughout the years, and even some of the new stuff that I've heard about him here recently, a lot of that stuff I believe in. Some of it I believe a lot. Some of it, I believe a little bit. But this thing with this 9-year old, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. We are talking about Diddy, and I know he was a bad man and he's done some bad things and he likes some underage allegedly and all of that. But a 9-year old, I don't know, y'all. Let me get into this article to see what's going on. Diddy allegedly sexually abused 9-year-old boy, accuser's attorney claims. So they already have the update out here too, y'all. So what I normally do is I read the initial news article first and then I come back and read the update. But I'm not doing all that today, y'all. I'm just gonna go ahead and read the update first and then I'll just read down into the article. So the update was made about an hour and a few minutes after the initial news, after the initial news was released. So what it says is one of Diddy's attorneys, Erica Wolf, tells TMZ, as Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. That said, Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he sexually abused anyone, including minors. He looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation. So, anyway, y'all, I know I kind of got when he said that he hasn't sexually abused anyone. His lawyers are definitely working for their money because that part where it says that he hasn't sexually abused anyone, we know at least one time. And that's with Cassie. We know that at least one time he sexually abused somebody. So to say that he's never sexually abused anybody, and then on top of that, all of these claims and allegations coming out, and everyone's claiming that they've been sexually abused by this man, sexually assaulted, physically assaulted, and all of that. So I don't know. I know that it's innocent until proven guilty, but I just, me with Diddy, he would definitely have to be proven innocent in court for me to believe that he's not this person that people say that he is. But even if he's proven innocent in court, I don't know. For me, I just kind of feel like I'm still not going to believe that. But if he's proven innocent in court, then, it is what it is. But right now, I'm not going to say I believe everybody. I'm not going to say I believe eh, all of the allegations, but the majority of them I do. This one right here with this 9-year-old boy, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I haven't read this article yet to even see what's going on. I'm just now really seeing this, but I don't know. I'm y'all. I don't know. Let me read this article. I just don't know what to believe and not believe about Diddy because it's just so much with him, and we do know that. Well, it's alleged that he likes underage because we have this thing about Usher and we have this thing about Justin Bieber, and that's only just to name just those two, but there were others from what I heard. But I don't know. I feel like a that he sexually abused a 9-year-old boy. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. But anyway, y'all. So let me get into this article. It says Diddy is about to be hit with lawsuits for sexual assault and abuse, and a Houston based law firm representing 120 accusers is telling some of their stories for the first time, including allegations Diddy sexually abused a 9-year old boy. Okay, y'all, and let me pause for a minute because, like I said, I did not read this article before making this video, so I'm just now reading it for the first time. When I made that last, I'm not sure if it was the last video. I think it might have been a video I made Friday or whatever about Diddy, and that's when they said that they had more than. This is that same law firm who said that they had about. Well, they had more than 50, they had more than 50 accusers, or they were representing more than 50 accusers. So I said it because it was two new lawsuits that came out against Diddy last week. And when I made that last video, y'all, like I said, I think it was Friday. I said in that video, I said, now we have this law firm already talk about they're representing more than 50 accusers. We're liable to have about three more lawsuits by Tuesday. And that's exactly what I said in that video from the two lawsuits that we had last week. So, no, it hasn't been three lawsuits, but here it is Tuesday, and here we are with a new lawsuit, one new lawsuit so far this week. And come to find out, this is one of the accusers that's being represented by this Houston law firm. And as y'all can see, it's just said that it's up to 120 accusers right now. When I made that last video, they said that it was a little over 50, but now they're up to 120. And this 9-year-old boy seems to be one of the accusers, y'all. So it's just all messed up. But anyway, let me move on along with the article. So, attorney Tony Busby says a wave of lawsuits will be filed against Diddy in the next 30 days, including one from an accuser who claims he was only 9 years old when Diddy and others sexually abused him at the Bad Boy Records studio in New York City. Busby claims Diddy lured the 9-year-old to an audition with the promise of a record deal and then allegedly sexually abused him. It doesn't sound far fetched, y'all. It doesn't sound far fetched. I kind of don't want to believe a 9-year-old boy, but we are talking about Diddy, and it's right now to me, it's not really sounding far fetched, but I'm still kind of, I don't know. But let me move on, y'all. So, in addition, Busby claims his law firm will be filing suit on behalf of other accusers who claim they were minors when Diddy abused them, including another who says Diddy forced them to perform oral sex. Busby says another accuser was 15 years old when they were flown out to NYC to attend a party where they were drugged and taken into a private room with Diddy, where he allegedly ripped her before others took turns having their way with her. Oh, Lord, child, that is a mess. Okay, so I don't know what this is saying right here, y'all. I'm going to I'll put a screenshot up on it on the video in case y'all want to read it. But it's probably other places as well. And I am reading this off of TMZ. So y'all can most definitely come to TMZ and read it if you're interested and if you can't really see it in the video. So let me get back to the article. A big time attorney who has sued a bunch of celebs, including Travis Scott and Chris Brown, Busby claims his clients were ripped, sexually assaulted, and sexually exploited by Diddy and his associates. And he says they were typically forced to consume a drink that was laced with xyzine. I don't know how to pronounce that. Xyzine, I guess. And horse tranquilizer. Oh, xyzine is a horse tranquilizer. It says laced with xyzine or trank, which is a horse tranquilizer. So I just jacked that all up, y'all. But anyway, as we reported, Busby's law firm announced Friday they were repping more than 50 alleged victims who came forward with gut wrenching stories about what went down at Diddy's alleged freak off parties. Busby described the mind boggling allegations as debauchery and depravity exacted by powerful people, and now he says there are 120 accusers who will be filing individual lawsuits against Diddy and others. Y'all, I felt like I can't remember which word it was, but I felt like I just jacked something up when I was just reading that. But anyway, y'all, it sounds like a massive issue. Busby strongly hinted other celebrities would be named in the lawsuit, and he said he would be suing anyone who was involved or knew about the alleged abuse and refused to put an end to things. Busby said the alleged abuse happened in well known venues and hotels as well as private residences, mostly in Los Angeles and New York. And he says the lawsuits will include names that will shock you. Yeah, I'm certain of that. Y'all, hold on, y'all. Before I go back, let me go back up because I always be wanting to say something about this. When you dealing with a person like Diddy, you're not gonna have a lot of people that's gonna come out and just say anything. That's why all of these lawsuits are coming out now, since this man is locked behind bars, because people are not, they're not in fear of him right now. He can't get to them. He can't threaten them. He can't do anything to them right now. So when he was out here doing Diddy, being Diddy, P Diddy, Puffy, and all of that, when he was out here with all of that, people weren't trying to say too much of anything. So just like they said that, where was that they said that they will be suing anyone who was involved or knew about the alleged abuse. But like I just said, y'all, it's I'm just glad that I'm never put in any situations like that, and I hope that I never am, because I'm sure a lot of people who were in his presence when he was acting like a maniac, I'm sure they've been wanting to say things for years. I'm sure they've been wanting to say something. They probably wanted to say something or do something to him right there at that time when he was acting crazy. But they knew that if they did something or said something to this man or to anybody about this man, they knew what the consequences were going to be. So of course they weren't going to say anything. You had people worried about being blackballed. You had people worried about being unalive. If this man really did all of this stuff that these people are saying that he did, and if he's really this person that all of these people are saying that he is, then that's why people were hush hush and quiet. Just like I said, that's why you have all of these lawsuits coming out now. You didn't have these lawsuits coming out months ago when Diddy was still out roaming around in the streets. But now, since he's been put behind bars, you have everybody coming out the woodwork. Just everybody has something to say now. Everybody has something to say. Even if they're not saying anything to bash this man, they're saying something about Diddy. Everybody has something to say about Diddy. So that's just kind of hard. Just like I said, I was never put in a type of situation like that, and I hope that I never am, because I don't want to be, because I seen something and I heard something, I'm a threat to you now, so you feel like you're going to need to do something to me or need to have me watched closely for the rest of my life to make sure I don't say anything to anybody about it. So that's just kind of crazy, y'all. But that's a lot of the reason why you have a lot of people not saying anything in these cases, because not that they are trying to take up for this person, but more like because they are in fear of him. They're scared of him. So they're not going to say anything. They're going to look the other way, like like they didn't see anything. So it's a sad situation all the way around, but that's just how it is. So anyway, y'all, let me get back to this article. It should be noted Busby has not yet filed a single case in any jurisdiction. Meanwhile, Diddy is facing a mountain of other lawsuits, sitting in jail as he awaits trial following his arrest and a federal indictment. Diddy's pled not guilty to charges of sex trafficking, kidnapping, and racketeering in the federal case. Mark Agnifilo, Diddy's attorney, is fighting hard for the Bad Boy Records founder, claiming the feds are gunning for Diddy simply because he's a successful black man. And yeah, I do believe that that could be part of the reason, because I don't think that they would be going this hard if he was white. I don't think that they will be going this hard if he was white. Because why y'all ain't pulled Clive Davis, and why ain't nobody talking to Clive Davis yet? I know Harvey Weinstein's sitting up in jail and all of that, but he don't have half the stuff that's going on or being talked about half as much as Diddy is right now. So yeah, that could be true. That all of this is going on because he's a successful black man, but still at the same time, Diddy shouldn't have did what Diddy was doing. If he did not do absolutely anything at all, if all of these allegations and lawsuits and all of that, if we find out that Diddy didn't do anything, we know for a fact that he did something to Cassie because we saw that with our own eyes with that video footage. So if we saw him doing that to Cassie, imagine what we didn't see. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, him being a successful black man, I'm sure that that does have a whole lot to do with it. But Diddy was also a bad man. So it just is what it is. And that, they trying to use the black card. And just like I said, I do believe that, I mean, come on, we talking about the United States of America. We know how racism runs in this country. Your money means nothing. Your money means nothing. If your skin is black, they're going to tolerate you for as long as they have to. And as soon as they can get rid of you, that's what they're going to do. But I do believe that Diddy did a whole lot of dirt. He did a whole lot of dirt. So, with that right there, he's at where he needs to be at. And what's going on with him needs to be going on with him. So let me get back to this article, y'all. Okay, so this is the end of the article, and it says, sounds like the federal indictment and the already filed lawsuits are just the tip of the iceberg here. And we know that for a fact. We know that they're just the tip of the iceberg because we haven't even, or they haven't even gotten down to, I mean, it's just so much more about this man because right now their main focus are these freak offs. And that's what it's seeming like to me because that's all I'm hearing about are the freak offs. And I understand why because of the drug use and the drugs that he had at the freak offs and the underage claims and whatever else he had going on at these freak offs. Oh, I guess I think that's where the sexual trafficking supposed to have been coming in at because he was supposed to have been flying men and women in and out, for the freak offs, for sexual favors and things like that. So I can understand all of that. But this man's done more than just these freak offs. But it's just like that's the main focus. That's, when they talk about Diddy right now, the main focus are the freak offs when there's so many other things that this man has been, with claims of. We're waiting, a lot of us are waiting for that news about Biggie to come around because a lot of us thought from the start, from the time that when Biggie was, when Biggie was unalive, Diddy's name was already a thought in a whole lot of our heads and not as in, oh, we feel bad for Diddy because Biggie was his artist and he lost Biggie. No, we weren't thinking about it like that. We were thinking about it like, I don't know, somebody might need to look into that because we just kind of felt like if he didn't do it, it had something to do with him. We just felt like that. And I still believe that a lot of us who felt like that back then, we're going to find out that our feelings were 100% correct because I do feel like this man had something to do with Biggie's unaliving, just as well as Tupac's. And his family believes that as well because they have a lawyer looking into it. So, and not just Biggie and Tupac, but there's other names that were thrown out there that I didn't even think to even look into, but come to find out somewhere down the line, Puffy had something to do, or Diddy had something to do with something that was right before this person's unaliving. So, it just kind of got me scratching my head. Like, there's so much more. There's so many other things that this man has allegedly done outside of these freak offs. So we want to get to that. Yeah, it's hilarious about the baby oil and all of that. We're laughing about that and all of that. But ain't thinking about the baby oil. That's why I ain't even made mentions of it. I ain't even made mentions of the baby oil. Just like I said, it's something funny and all of that. But we don't care to hear about that. We're ready for y'all to, we're ready for them to get down into what we are trying to hear about. Because a lot of us are believing the Kim Porter thing is gonna come back around. A couple of people been talking about Andre Harrell. So is that thing gonna come back around? Heavy D, is that gonna come back around? You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of us are waiting on. So maybe once they finish with the freak offs and all of that, maybe they'll get around to that stuff because I'm not caring about these freak offs. I don't want to keep on hearing about I don't want to keep on hearing about the freak offs. But it's just, like I said, I mean, I want to hear about the freak offs because I want to hear about what was going on or whatever, just like everybody else. But there's so much more that this man has, so many more allegations that this man has up under his name, and that's the type of stuff that I want to hear about. We still talking about the 1999 club shoot. Come to find out, we know for a fact that Sean didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So they just keep talking about the freak offs, but we ready for y'all to move on from that and get to some of this other stuff that we've been hearing about for years. But anyway, y'all, I really hope this thing about this 9-year old. I really hope that that's not true. But like I said, I believe the Usher stories. I believe the Justin Bieber stories. And a few of those other stories I've heard about underage people who he was supposed to have had some type of something going on with. I kind of believe some of those too. But I don't know. I don't know. This thing with this 9-year old is just not sitting right with me. 9 years old. But I also have to think if we're talking about somebody like even if we're talking about somebody like Diddy, y'all, the thing with the 9-year old is just so yeah, y'all. Just like I said, we'll see what's going to happen with all of this. And yeah, we'll just see what's gonna happen with all this, y'all. So anyway, thank y'all for watching my video. I'm out.